Hello everybody, today a book review, Dan Simmons' Drood. This book by Dan Simmons is not his best, I would say. It's a very different kind of book than from his other books. It's about Charles Dickens. It's a historical novel of the 1800s United Kingdom, and it was a slug to read. I read it so that I ripped out most of the pages and I read it slowly, making these markings. And I really tried to understand the way that Dan Simmons uses language. In this book there's not so much rhymes or these poetical ways to say things. It's mostly about sickness and pain, and the author over here is addicted to this opioid, and that's a theme in like a lot of his books, like addiction to opioids. It's possible that the author himself has some problems with pain, probably has, because that's such a prevalent thing in his later books. And I hope that the newest book that is coming out, the Omega Canyon, will be just mind-blowing. I hope that it will be sci-fi, and I hope that Dan Simmons is gonna come back with like force with his newest book. I hope that it will be released someday. And this one, I think it was from 2008, and the edition I got, I should have gotten the normal pocket edition. Like, don't go for these like bigger books. Get those cheapest pocket books by Dan Simmons. They are much better to read because they are lightweight and the text is more, And yeah, what can I say? Now I'm reading The Terror, and I also have The Carrion Comfort. I bought those books, but I've pretty much read everything from this guy at this point, except those and some of his shorter crime books. But I think that Dan Simmons is supposed to write long. His books are supposed to be almost 1,000 pages, and he's a genius. He really is a genius. And over here he talks a little bit about his visions I have for a new type of even an art form that would be literal in a sense, and something maybe like a hybrid of rap, literature, stage art, like theater. I think he like shines light on his vision for this, and there's a character in this that is doing that, but it's not very fleshed out, like what is going on for reals. The description is quite weak in this, and there's a lot of scenes where the characters just eat and just discuss stuff, and it's like, does it really depict that age very good? I don't know. In the first part there's like kind of an inkling for a murder mystery, but I feel that it was really fumbling with this book, and authors do that. It's a common factor between many authors that I have read, is that those books that shine, they have prototypes. And really I feel that every writer that I have encountered almost is really trying to write only one book. Like, there's now these writers, they don't write multiple novels. They write one book and they try to rehash it or make it better. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And even geniuses, they make mistakes. And this book is in no way mistake. I think Dan Simmons has like this soul in his books that is no way like a mainstream author type thing. He tries over here to map out some things that you could manifest in your life if you are the type of a recipient that can receive this. Yeah. That's how I would like simplify Dan Simmons as a writer. He has a soul. He tries to speak from his soul something that is going to speak to your soul. It doesn't necessarily make much sense on the page. And he has great ways of rhyming in some of his books. This is not one of those. I would rank this book pretty low on his books. The Hyperion series is just beautiful. There's greatness in that. And the Abominable book that I read and reviewed, go check it out, that review, in the winter time. It was just mind-blowing. That book was so amazing. You know, it was 5 out of 5. So what would I give this book? 2.5 out of 5 maybe. I don't really do stars, that's too simplistic, you know. And book reviews on my YouTube channel are not the main thing. And book reviews books are my inspiration for everything I do. I don't never watch movies, or I don't listen to music. I nowadays do rap, my own stuff, but I'm a creative type. I don't like this type of consuming thing, but books are different because books are language, you know. They are the highest order of using words. And reading makes you different. It makes your mind better. And people who don't read, I feel, are quite tedious. You should read. Always read. Whatever. Just read. I mean books, not stuff on your screens. I like to buy my books. That's just my preference. The libraries are quite shitty, you know, you can't get most of the stuff there. And I like to read in English. I think it gives me an edge. I'm trying to learn Italian. But it's not probably for the reading stuff. But it would be funny at some point to review you a book in Italian. I highly recommend this to you if you want to learn a foreign language.